Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm C. Marie, and for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys this eyeshadow look that I had in my my intro video, in case some of you guys liked it. It's personally my favorite eyeshadow look. I mean, I don't wear it all the time, or I try not to wear it all the time. So yeah, if you want to know how I got this look, just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I just finished doing my eyebrows, and I also primed my eyelids. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Also, if you see my eyebrow hairs growing out, it's because I'm trying to grow out my eyebrows, because my eyebrows used to be pretty thick and like long when eyebrows like that weren't in, and people only had like fleek eyebrows, and I wanted those eyebrows. I didn't want like bushy eyebrows, and now that bushy eyebrows are in, I'm trying to get those back. So if you see my hair is growing out, it looks pretty gross. But yeah, so for your transition shade, which is the shade that's most likely going to be the lightest shade you use, it basically, like, the way I saw it was that it blends like your eyeshadow, and then you would apply it right here over your crease, but it blends in with like your whole eyelid. Like, it's not, how do I explain it? It's just a really light color that just doesn't seem too harsh and blends with the rest of your eyelid that doesn't have any eyeshadow on it. That's how I see it. But so for my transition shade, I'm going to be using, I'm just going to say yellow. I don't want to say, I will tell you guys what palette I'm using or what palettes I used, but I don't want you to be or think that you have to buy these palettes. So I'm just saying the obvious color of the shade. So I'm gonna use the James Charles Morphe palette. I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but I'm gonna go in with the yellow shade as my transition shade. This yellow shade, sorry, it's pretty messy. I've used it a couple times, but I'm going to use yellow as my transition shade. I have my mirror right here, so, and you just put that over your crease. You can go into your crease, but try to get on top of it to have a nice transition, and you're just gonna follow the line of your crease, or the line above your crease. They say that you should do windshield wiper motions. So now, I don't know if you can see like the transition of the yellow to like the top, like my eyebrow, my brow bone. It's a nice blend. It's not harsh. And sorry if like my fingernails are dirty. This one I got pen ink on it. I was trying to sign a form today and I got ink. Okay, so after you're done with the transition shade, I like to go in with like a shade that kind of blends or is the same shade as the bronze glitter. Oh yeah, I'm on the other brush. This brush, it's not a specific Morphe number, but it's a Morphe brush. It came in a set of like 12 brushes, and it was called like I don't know, but it's a Morphe brush. Just use a blending brush. The color I'm going to use is Strike a Pose in the Morphe 15T palette. It's this top shade right here, and you're just gonna get a blending brush, a smaller one, and by what I mean by smaller is the thickness of the brush hairs. Like this one You can see that it's thicker compared to this one. Barely, but you want to use a smaller one. So I'm going to go in with Strike a Pose. Just put that into your crease. I don't go too harsh. I go light. I like to shut my eye a little bit or have the mirror downwards and just look at my crease from down here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to the other eye. So just very lightly, not very lightly, but not too harsh, into your crease. And just do the same motions. And you want to go to the front of your, how do I explain it? Like right here, not to the inner corner, but to right here where your crease ends, towards the front, and then go towards the back. So what I like to do is kind of blend it upward into my transition shade. So I'm just going to take the brush I used for my transition shade and just blend the two colors together. So you just want to go on top of where this color that you have in your crease meets with your transition shade. Just blend that just so you get a nice transition. And I just want to apologize if my eyelid kind of just moves around a lot while I'm filming because of the brush, the way I move the brush. My eyelid, well, you guys saw it, but sorry about that. So the next shade I'm gonna go in with is this shade, this dark brown in the same Morphe palette. It's called #OOTD. I don't know, outfit of the day. And I'm just gonna use another Morphe brush. This actually has a number. It's Morphe M332, and it doesn't have to be a Morphe brush like I said, or it doesn't have to be this palette. I just kind of like to match the colors, or I would match the colors if I didn't have these palettes. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in with this Morphe brush. It's like a soft, small, outer crease brush. So I'm just gonna dab it, and I've also been tapping the excess powder, just so it doesn't get messy on your eyelid. And a lot of MUAs do this, so yeah. So I'm just gonna go on the outer crease. I like to dab it. I don't like to, I don't know, do windshield wiper motions. I like to dab it into my outer crease. Sorry for my facial expressions. So just dab it. And then once you have the shade, and you kind of want to make a little, they say a little V out here. And I like to dab it. I already said that. And then once I have it, I like to blend it a little bit forward in my crease. Not all the way to the front like you did with the bronze shade. So your eyes should look, and it's gonna look messy, but at the end it'll look better. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye. So I'm just gonna dab it into my crease and then blend it, not all the way in forward in my crease. Does that make sense? Yeah. You're just gonna blend it in your crease. So it's gonna look like a mess, but that's okay. So now that my eyelids look like a mess, I'm gonna go back in with Strike a Pose, which is that bronze shade, and then just blend the brown into my crease and blend it with the Strike a Pose shade. So you can go in your crease, but I kind of go on top of it. I don't necessarily go inside my crease or in the crease. Okay, so once you have all your shades nice and blended, you're gonna go ahead, well, the glitter primer that I have is the NYX glitter primer. And what I do personally, what I do is I like to uncap it, and I like to put some on the part of my eyelid that doesn't have any color, and then I just put a little bit like that, and then I get my finger and I just spread it on my lid. It's okay if it's messy. This look is kind of messy. It's not like perfect. And I just put it all over my lid. And you can use the NYX glitter. I have the NYX bronze glitter, but I personally like to use glitter from this eyeshadow palette. I got it for, or as a birthday present, so I don't know where my cousin purchased it. And there's a nice bronze shade in there. It's called Kinky. This is the name of the palette if you want to look into it. I also go in with my finger. I'm using the same finger, you don't have to. And then you just place it on the eyelid where you put the glue. So that's that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and I'll be right back. So once you're done with the glitter, I like to, once I'm done with glitter, or you, if you decide to try this look, I like to go back in with Strike a Pose, which is the bronze shade, and just blend the top. You're gonna have like glitter, loose glitter on the top, and just brush it off like so. Okay, so what I like to do next, I like to apply concealer on my under eye and blend it, and then put color on my lower lash line. So I'm going to do that. So once you have that all blended, set the concealer. And I'm just using a brush and powder. Doesn't have to be any specific powder. Sorry if I look weird and scary. So once you have that, I am using a Morphe brush. It came in that pack that I was telling you guys about. It was a brush palette, and it was specifically for eyes. I'm gonna go in with Strike a Pose and just put that on my lower lash line. And then once you have that, if it's too, I don't know, like too harsh, like the line, I like to blend it. And once you're done with that, I like to go in with a small smudge brush. I got it from Sephora. It also came in another brush palette. And I like to go in with a black shade. So I'm just going to use the James Charles. You don't have to use this one, like I said, but just a dark black shade. And then just dab it on one side. Tap the excess. And what I like to do is I like to go on my lash line right here on top of my lash line, and then just make a little line like if I was doing eyeliner, just to make it darker and look more I don't know. So you're just gonna put it along your lash line. I like to do back to front. The same brush you used with the brown and then blend those together. I just like a darker outer right here because I feel like it makes your eyelashes just go. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, apply mascara, fix my eyelashes, and then, so this is the finished eye look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it'll help some of you guys out if you wanted to wear this out. It's like, I like it because it's not too whoa, but it's nice enough to be not casual, but if you wanted just to be a little extra or something. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again soon.